Hello everyone, my name is Greg and I dev stuff. Welcome to 1000 subscribers special. In this episode we will look at the process how I make my videos. But before that I want to say thank you very much for watching, for subscribing and helping me in this ridiculous adventure called YouTube. So, I get this question occasionally, how do I make my YouTube videos? Or how do I start making YouTube videos like yours? In this video I will try to answer those questions. First, before you start recording videos, you need hardware. It is quite obvious in my opinion, but answer of what kind of hardware is harder to answer. Because I don't want to date my video by giving advices based on the tech currently available in the time of release of this video, best advice I can give you is to do your own research with Google and check sites called logical increments. Plus, if you are new to this stuff, learning how PCs works and how you can build your own PC is pretty much required for game developer. In my opinion at least. Now, voice recording hardware. Again, you don't need to buy a super expensive mic. I use budget microphone. It is DEXP U700, acquired for approximately 50 bucks. But you don't need exactly this microphone or some kinda popular Blue Yeti or whatever. Just make sure that you can be clearly heard. It is really hard to listen to you, and especially when you're trying to learn something. When the background sounds like a war movie ambient with stukas doing dive bombing runs. One more advice I can give you is to get a second monitor. This is not required, but way more comfortable when you can look at your text script or some other additional information at the same time without the need to jump between applications. It is especially handy when you record stuff. It's way more comfortable for me to edit stuff on two different monitors. Not required, but sure hell as usable. Good, with that out of the way, I separate my recording into 9 stages. Stage 0. Idea, pre-planning and initial research. You see, before you want to record tutorial, first you need to understand what you want to record. You want to put a target you want to achieve by the end of the series, not the episode, and series. This is why most of my series are named based on games rather than on generalized term of genres, as I did with my first series. JRPG can be many things, Stardew Valley can be one. This will make you stay consistent on your goal. Like, okay, I want to achieve Stardew Valley. Not some meandering between different kind of topics like, okay, maybe today I will do this, tomorrow I will do that. You clearly know what you want to do and your viewers will know exactly what they're going to get at the end of the series. Then you want to do proper research on the topic at large. You don't need to fill the blank spots you have in knowledge yet. Right now you want to put together a list of techniques or concepts you will be using in this tutorial series. It's not finalized yet, but you should have an idea. For example, we will use tile maps. So, okay, I need to learn tile maps at some point. We will do pathfinding in 2D space in Unity. Okay, I need to figure out how to use pathfinding in this kind of situation, etc, etc. Determine the objective of the episode. You and your viewers have a limited time. Best way to approach lengthy tutorials is to separate complex topics into smaller parts. So determine today's episode objective, which you can tackle approximately in 20 to 40 minutes of view time. You might ask, how do you know how long it will take to deal with topics? Answer is, well, you just know it after some time. You get some kind of knack or sense for how long certain topics will take. But don't worry, I mess it up all the time. Some topics which I perceive as something for 20 minutes episode ends up splurging into 2 to 3 episodes epic for like 1.5 hour of tutorial. Or it might turn out that it is just 10-minute topic and I need to add up more stuff to the episodes to fill it to at least 20 minutes length. Stage 2. Research. This is self-explanatory. You Google solution you need for what you want to achieve. Start taking notes. I use Google Docs to store all my notes online, so nothing will be lost if something goes wrong. Then you educate yourself on the solutions until you can consistently and reliably apply those solutions to the topic you want to create. For example, tile maps. You need to learn all about tile maps so you can figure out how to apply this knowledge to the game you want to create and then produce a tutorial. If you already know this stuff, if you already know the solution which you want to teach people, then sure, you can skip this part. Just take a basic notes about what you're going to do and proceed to stage 3. Build and write. After I'm done with research, I build the topic of the episode in separate project, which is a copy of our current project, with a rather sharp focus. Do not meander into different topics. Don't start fixing or adding what is not part of the today topic. If you found a small problem, fix it with explanation. But if it will take more than 1 minute to fix it, save it for next episode, when it is more appropriate to fix it. Then while I build the game for the episode, I start taking notes or even writing explanation to my thought process, which will be used in the episode to come. If some kinda needs for change appear, don't shy away from doing it. Moving the order of explanation and implementation is one of the most common change I do in the script at this stage, because I understood that it will be more clear to explain something at earlier stages, and because we're working on sandbox, so to speak, project which is not being recorded, which is just at the side, we can do these changes on the fly easily. Sometimes more hard decision can come to mind. Understanding that certain techniques doesn't work well, or too convoluted, hard to explain. Sometimes it might happen at the end of the episode and you realize that you need to throw away like 1 hour of writing because of that. Unfortunately, this stuff happens. With experience, it will happen less and less, but unfortunately this kind of sacrifices comes with the territory. When you're done building the stated objective for the episode, you should have a decent outline for the text of the next episode. By the way, a piece of advice: save often and everything, and back up stuff occasionally. You don't want to spend 6 hours on episode and then realize that you lose everything because of some kind of mistake. That's going to destroy you, I guarantee it. Stage 4. Edit out the text script for the episode. Make it into more readable format and polish some explanations. By this point you should not plan any major changes. Maybe rename some methods or names, maybe variables. Point. Major changes should not be committed. Stage 5. Record based on your own text and finalize editing. I record myself coding, which you will see in the episode on YouTube, by using OBS, and I record in short bursts. So each of my clip is like 30 seconds, and 1 minute length. This way it will be easier to mix and match and edit them in the editor. There is a technique of mine I use. When I record, I do not copy code from my research project. I always write the code based on the explanation in the episode script. This way I can see how clear is the explanation, at least from my perspective. Can I write the code based on my own text? I'm not gonna lie, this is not perfect. There is always my past recollection of writing this stuff. So some blanks I can fill with my own memory or experience. But if I see that I can't put together a code based on this script, I edit the script a little more to make it more clear. So when I spoke it, you can understand it clearly. By the end of this recording, your text script should be finalized completely. By this point, you must be 100% sure you are done with the changes. Changes in the writing after this point will cause unexpected consequences like crying, puking, need to redo whole episode, more crying, possibility of dying because of severe dehydration because you cried too much, and the most severe of them, loss of motivation. So make the damn sure that by this point you are done with the writing on the topic of the episode. Stage 6. Record your explanation through the written script. Pretty much do what I do right now. I use Audacity, then remove noise and add normalization. There is not a lot to explain. I'm not professional voice actor and I'm not doing anything complicated. Just make sure you don't stumble on your words too much and you can be clearly heard. Stage 7. Editing. I use Movie Studio to edit my episodes. It's not free, I got it from Humble Bundle. I know that there is DaVinci Resolve, which is free and pretty good, but I found it more harder to use for myself. So best course of action, try free editors. If they don't fit your needs, try to find good deals for professional software in places like Humble Bundle. But remember, you're doing tutorials, you're not going to make professional movies, so you don't need anything overly fancy. There is no, hard to implement techniques or only available to very professional software kind of solutions. Just put together a line of video, add and sync your voice, and it will be all fine. At this point there is not a lot to say. Put your voice into the editor, put your clips into the editor, think what is being said, and video. I like to add a little pause sometimes, so people will have a breather. Keep an eye on the flow. If you take a long pause somewhere, cut this pause out. If some place is shown for a little to no time, just slow the video down. At the beginning of the YouTube career, I used to speed up my videos by time too, leaving no time for people to see them. I thought if people need to catch up, they will use pause. I got a feedback that this is too fast, so I stopped doing this. I still speed up my videos a little because I am a slow typer, but not as much as before. Good. When you are done, you render your project. I render at 30 FPS and 1080p resolution. Stage 8. Upload your video. Make a thumbnail, add description, and name and add tags. I'm not greatest CEO ever. I know a little on how to do this stuff. I think you need to put them and then target, like Stardew Valley game in Unity. You see, them and target. Them is Stardew Valley and target is Unity, because we're doing this stuff in Unity. Then add thumbnail with Unity icon clearly visible. This way people see Stardew Valley and Unity icon immediately. They understand what it is. I use free-to-use PaintNet program to edit my thumbnails, which is more than enough for what I need to do with, thumbnails. I create a simple outline for my thumbnail and change it for my next episode. So, with thumbnails like this and the name like this, people see that there is a big Unity icon and they see Stardew Valley. What is Unity? It is game engine. What is Stardew Valley? Popular game. So most likely this video will be a tutorial about how to make this game in Unity. So just by seeing thumbnail and reading first two words, I think you deliver more information than any other overcrowded ridiculous thumbnails with unclear names and thousands words in the name. Tags should be what you expect people to write in the search bar to reach your video, which correlate with your video. For example, Stardew Valley in Unity is the name of your video. What else should you write there? Farming game in Unity, for example. Maybe add topics of the video, plowing the field in Unity. Add some question words like how to make Stardew Valley game, how to make farm game in Unity, etc, etc. Be mindful that tag systems are always being changed by YouTube, so what I say today may not work tomorrow. Stage 9, and probably the most important stage. Have fun and be good to people. This is it. After YouTube is done with processing your video, you can press public button. So this is how I do my videos. And this is how I reached 1000 subscribers. Thank you very much for sticking with me. Last year was tough for all of us. I lost my job, and I'm pretty much trying to make this my full-time job. I will be redesigning Patreon page very soon to make it more clear and with more goals. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for support.